Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents. Just wanted to mention a couple of things in this video, and then I'll be doing another video talking about the employment opportunities for SATCOM. The issue here, and right now my internet speed is horrible because I am downloading a bunch of stuff on Adobe, okay? Technically, nah, I'm gonna let it keep downloading. And then I'm downloading a bunch of stuff here. So I'm doing a lot of stuff, y'all. A bunch of stuff. So while I'm doing all of that, I wanted to briefly talk about this. Earlier today I was watching a couple of videos, and it was talking about some discoveries of archaeologists and so forth. A lot of this is fake. Including many of the skulls and skeletons that they found of the so-called supposed Nephilim. Okay, but this particular issue right here, supposedly they found a city in Antarctica. This is a lie. This is a computer generation. This is not Antarctica. Okay, however, and this is the way it is. I don't know how I did this because this is not a 7-minute video, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, they're digging in Antarctica. They've been digging in Antarctica for quite some time. See, don't know how I did that. Antarctica, you need to know what they have found. Ladies and gentlemen, if they really did find any of this stuff, then you wouldn't know about it. We wouldn't have pictures because they would never allow pictures to get out of that area. They would strip search everybody coming in and out of that facility. Okay, we have no clue as to what they have found, if they found anything. But what I can tell you for a certainty, they are looking for something. What are they looking for? They're looking for the Nephilim and prehistoric animals. You see, all of this stuff about scientists believing that dinosaurs were extinct millions of years ago, that's a lie. They know that they were still here and present as much as 5,000 years ago, as much as 4,000 years ago. They know this. Notice how the bones have been preserved. What we have is just the stuff that's on the surface. Okay, however, they know that the ice that now covers Antarctica and the North Pole, they know that there's living, excuse me, not living, frozen flesh under the ice. They are just expecting it to be a mile or two, and they're having a difficult time finding it. You see, this right here is not real. Please don't pay attention to this. This is not real. There was never anybody on this planet who was this tall. Okay, that's about 6 stories. Okay, Nope, nobody on the planet who was ever this tall. This is somebody just creating a photo. This was probably individuals watching a boxing match or something, and they ended up putting the body there. I have no idea how they created this, but I know that this is not real, because if it was real, hey, this is my girl. This is my girl, Deborah Cox. Okay, there is something I do want to show you guys. Before I go on with this video about Antarctica, we're gonna go forward 1. No, we're gonna go forward 2. Okay. I think I went forward too much. Well, we're gonna go forward 2. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you something. This video right here, TDA, in less than 4 hours, because this video went up at 2 o'clock. Even though it says 12:31, no, that's when I started. Okay, but it went up finally at 2 o'clock, and we have almost 2,000 people. Ladies and gentlemen, the information in there is just me providing you information on how you should be doing the research, how you should have been doing the research all this time.
And today we're here to
And for those of you who don't know how to research, it was showing you how I do my research. Okay? That's all it was doing. It wasn't doing nothing else but showing you how I do research. And how I end up getting what I'm looking for, because I don't get distracted. Oh, look, mommy, another balloon. Oh, that's a pink one. Oh, that's a blue one. Oh, that's a green right there. That is so pretty. It's the shape of a horse. Oh, that was the shape. You don't see me doing that. But you get so distracted when you're making your videos. Of course I get so distracted. Ooh, I feel so good. Don't let the words ruin the moment. Okay, of course I get distracted. But I don't get distracted when I've already set my course, people. I know where I'm headed. I know what I'm looking for. So when I start doing research, I know what I'm looking for. And I don't allow something to move me away. Did you see how there were more than 15 windows I opened up in that video? 15 different windows showing you all what the law is. Now I got people emailing me asking me questions again about the information that I showed you in the video. Amazing. As much as I keep telling people I don't have the time to answer your questions, there's too many of you. And I cannot be concerned. I don't care what your plight is, people. I actually care, but I don't care because I can't care. Gave me what I needed. It's the way that I can't deny. My love is whole. The more that I need you. Come on now. What did I have? It's what you asked forevermore. We became more, y'all. This is my girl Deborah Cox, and as you know, this is my ringtone because me and Deborah, we got through a very interesting vacation together. Me and Deborah. And trust me, I became a fan of this song right here. This is my girl. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that video was doing, and the only thing my videos do, is I'm just talking. Now, some of you are saying that I am smart, intelligent, articulate, a genius. I am a genius! I am a G! IMAG! I am a genius! Yes, I am a G. IMAG. My acronym for myself, because that's what I say about myself when nobody else is around. Oh God, mama, he's so stuck on himself, it's pathetic. No, it's not pathetic, it's fact. I realized what I'm capable of. Ladies and gentlemen, if I didn't know who I was and what I was capable of, and if I didn't have confidence in myself, then it would not be possible for any of you to be watching any of my videos because you wouldn't gather anything from it. If I didn't have the self-conscious awareness of who I am and what I am capable of, but however, please understand, I keep telling you I am nothing more than a man. I told you about the operation where I should be for the rest of my life. And that's not the case. My family will tell you that I changed after the operation. I have changed. I really have changed. I've become more of an isolationist. But the unique thing is, I've actually grown at the same time. And you know what? Can somebody tell me who's holding Donna now? Does anybody know who's holding Donna? Okay, despite everything that I've been through, I'm still here. I could be out there using this so-called knowledge and understanding to get over on you. I could be taking your money from you like everybody else has done thus far. But nobody will ever accuse me of doing that. No one. Because I don't need your money. I don't want your money. But see, because I say that, people think they can get over on me. No, you can't. Because there's been too many other people who've gotten over on me. I told you guys about the story where I helped a friend who I trusted manage his property for 2 years. And mind you, he took care of my needs during that 2 years. So he didn't pay me a salary because my salary was room. He paid room and board. And I was his manager of 2 different properties where I managed it on call. Evicting people, renovating the property, construction, you name it, I was doing it. Okay? Saving him a great deal of money. When he first got the property, he had only spent about $79,000 on the property. The mortgage was $179,000. That's how much was owed on that mortgage for that property. It was only worth $179,000 when he got it. it was already maxed out on its mortgage because that was the highest rate he could get for that property, an 8-bedroom apartment building in Hollywood. I took that property after he went, these idiots, I'm sorry, I gotta laugh at this. They went and painted this apartment building dark green. What the? You don't paint an apartment building dark green. Lord have mercy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, even with that, we went ahead and painted the outside again, gave it its so-called, what is the color? Navajo white, which is a normal color. It's the same color as the walls in most of your homes. And I went ahead and I told him, I said, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to let me take care of this. I said, and I am going to make sure that it doesn't cost you a lot of money. So the first thing we did is there were no flowers in front of the building. So we redid all the lawn. At first he put sod, but that didn't work very well. So I went ahead and got myself an, what is that, auger? And just sat up there and got myself a tiller, rotary tiller, tilled the land, and planted seeds. Next thing you know, I couldn't stop that stupid grass from growing. The grass was getting to be 4 or 5 inches, and I had to use that stupid lawnmower all the time. But hey, everybody and their grandmother, we had somebody come in and put professional flowers all around. Next thing you know, everybody was stopping by looking at that apartment building. And I told them, I said, now that we got people's attention, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to redo each of these apartments. Now, they had those old style sinks, you know, the antiques, the ones that everybody wants to have in their house now. I put that stuff out on the corner. Had a guy come by, hey man, you really throwing these things away? Man, you can have them, take them. Man, really? And he came and gobbled it all up. People said, you know how much money you could have made off that junk? I said, I don't care, because we weren't trying to make money. And if that other guy benefited from it who had an antique store, knock yourself out. Because we replaced all of the bathrooms, the sinks, everything, toilets, we replaced it all. Repainted all of the apartments, kicked everybody out with the exception of one person. Took me 6 months, but everybody was gone. Ladies and gentlemen, he sold the building for $650,000. Or excuse me, $550,000. I apologize. I exaggerated a little bit there by $100,000. A building that was worth to him $179,000. And what happened? It sold for $650,000, and everybody and their grandmama was talking about because of what I had did. So much that the other people owning the other apartment buildings in the neighborhood wanted to hire me to do their buildings. Okay? And guess what? At the end, when he got all the money, we had a bank account in both our names because I had to handle his affairs, and he trusted me because I am supposedly trustworthy. He received $350,000 because he had to pay off some debts, so he didn't get the whole $650 because he had another property that I helped him with, which was only worth $80,000, but he sold it for over $120,000. Okay, and next thing you know, he gave me $3,400, told me that I was embezzling money from him, and I'm saying, what the? I give you all the receipts. You got the bank account. You got all the information for the bank account. Where am I taking money from you? Ladies and gentlemen, he gave me $3,400 and told me to have a Coke and a smile. Because I had access to both accounts, I could have taken all of the money out of all of his accounts. Because I was on the account, and there would have been nothing he could have done about it. But that's not me. We had an agreement that if I made the property worth $200,000 more than it was worth at the time, that means it would have to have sold for at least $450,000. Then he only had to pay me $50,000. Well, I made that property worth well over $400,000 over its original value. And he gave me $3,400. So I went into the bank. He had me divide the money and put it in 3 different bank accounts. My name was on all 3. And I went into each of those banks and I took out totaling $27,000. Because I said, and I wrote him a letter, and I returned all of his papers, all of his documents, and I took my name off the account, told him I will not be accessing it, gave him like all of his passwords, all of his information, told him, here you go, we're done. Dropped the paperwork off at his mother's house, and had told him to have a Coke and a smile. I was still friends with his mother, who passed away about a year later, but I was still friends with his mother and still friends with his father, and I would go by there and still see him. And you know, he never, ever said anything. Never argued with me, never yelled at me. Because he couldn't get past the fact that I had made him over $400,000 between the two different properties. But that's what I've been through with people. So no, ladies and gentlemen, you can't get over on me. He didn't get over on me. I considered us even to this day. I have not spoke to him in 4 years, 5 years now. I don't care to speak to him because he was my friend. And it wasn't because of money that we're not friends anymore. It's because he changed. And money changes people. That's why I don't want to be surrounded by it. I don't need to be surrounded by it. But, ladies and gentlemen, nobody's going to get over on me. Not no more. I've already been through all of it, and I don't feel like going through it no more. So, let me get back to this Antarctica thing. The world leaders... Oh, I'm sorry. That's my girl. Oh, the comfort of a woman. Okay, that's my girl. And this is one of the better songs this woman did besides Home. Home. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the world leaders know about the Nephilim. If you don't know about the Nephilims, Genesis the 6th chapter, roughly verse 1 through 6, talks about the Nephilim. That is the major reason, besides the sons of the true God, and it wasn't talking about Adam's sons, it was talking about angels coming down, taking on fleshly bodies. But no, that was stupid. We don't believe in that bullshit. It doesn't, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I keep trying to tell you. It doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not. It has nothing to do with your belief. Your belief is not a prerequisite for fact. You see, if it were not for the fact that they have pyramids in Bosnia, excuse me? Pyramids in Bosnia? That's right. Have you guys not paid attention? Pyramids are not just in Egypt. Just Egypt gets all the credit. Because that's where Pharaoh let my people go and all of that stuff happened. But we got the Aztecs, the Incas, and we got pyramids in Bosnia? The tallest pyramid in the world is in Bosnia? And nobody pays attention to this stuff. The so-called Egyptians, the Egyptians did not found Egypt. They settled in Egypt. The pyramids were already there when they got there. That's not so hard to believe. People have often come up on things that they had no part in building and just went ahead and inhabited it and took over. You ever heard of the United States? It happens all the time. I just want to let you know, I'm just telling you, okay? I'm not going nowhere. You're the best woman I've ever known. And there's no way I can ever go. This is my girl Jennifer Holliday. If y'all don't know who Jennifer Holliday is, you better ask somebody. Okay? Because this woman has got some lungs on her. Because she don't want to be free. Because she's staying. And I want y'all to understand. She's staying. She's staying. And you, and all of you, you're gonna love me. Y'all gonna love me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna cut this short. Just want to let you know, this is why they're digging in Antarctica. They're hoping to uncover the Nephilim. Do you know why they want the Nephilim so bad? These so-called extremely hybrid humans. Because they're thinking that they can clone them. They're thinking that they can take their DNA and create their own armies. So that they can have ultimate control. Create a workforce to where they can build whatever they want and make it to the stars. This is their plan. Like I said, everything that you see them doing now, they have been planning this for centuries. Not for a couple of 100 years, but for centuries. Could it be for millennia? We don't know that for sure. But we do know that their plan is more than 600, 700, 800 years in the making. That's why we can tell you what they're getting ready to do, because they haven't hidden it. It's been in their books all of this time. I did the video telling you guys about this so-called, what's this junk they believe in? The Abiff, Hiram Abiff, and all of that junk. They really believe in that. And then we got people talking about this book of Enoch. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no such mother thing as a book of Enoch. Pay attention. There are no books in that era. Nobody wrote a book then. Because that wasn't the way things went. That's why we don't have any books from that period. Do you guys not understand that the oldest book we have found that has been authenticated has been a basic medical journal, because it's not even complete, from Egypt. Okay? Roughly after the period of Moses. And this is the same book where they talk about putting cow dung on a person's wound in order to heal them. Sorry, my computer just told me I dropped off the PDA. Where's my PDA net? Come on, connect. She's saying y'all gonna love her. Tell them, Jennifer. And she ain't joking. See, she's saying, yes, you are. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Love me. Love me. Love me. Love me. Love me. You're gonna love me. Sorry, I just had to. That's my song, as you can tell. But this, never too much, because you can never get too much. Luther Vandross. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing I want to show you is something quite simple. You see right here, it says copyrighted content. I want you to see, because a lot of people were not too happy with the fact that I said that you don't have permission. You know what? You're absolutely right. I'm in the wrong account. Got to go to this account. Come on now. We'll let it get there while we finish talking about this. If they can get one of these Nephilims, and if they can take and clone them, then they can rule the world. Quite literally. Okay, they already realize with everybody having nuclear weapons, you can't rule anything. Which is why they're trying to get control of Kim Jong-un. Do you notice how they're constantly vilifying North Korea? Well, North Korea is this and North Korea is only what you hear on the news. They're just as bad as the United States, and they're just as bad as every other country. Every other country has their own dirt. Every other country does their own stupid SHIBIDE, blah, whatever you want to say it. Okay? Every single country is guilty of their own stupidity. Okay? And that being the case, you cannot sit up here and vilify North Korea because they ain't done nothing. Okay, we're in the right account now. We can go here. Look at that, 300 people since the last refresh. Okay, sorry, you put that word right there and everybody want to go there, but I had to do. Look, you have 6 copyright claims on your video. What the? Who's making a claim on my video? Hold on, wait a minute. Hold up. Look at that. Monetized by copywriter, monetized. They're all monetizing it, ladies and gentlemen. And they picked up all my songs. Water Runs Dry, Perfect World with Tevin Campbell, Beauty by, Drew Hill, Any Love by Luther, I'm on Your Side by Jennifer Holliday, whom you just heard, Share My World by Tevin Campbell. It picked up all of those songs. And yet, if you agree to these conditions, you don't have to do anything. What restrictions? There are none. So for those of you who think that you can't put music in your videos, I'm trying to let you know, yes, you can. Especially when it's for educational purposes. But I am surprised, ladies and gentlemen, because the information I'm talking about, they don't allow this to be on the internet. So, the real reason why they're digging in Antarctica, now you're finding out the real reason why they're digging in Antarctica, and this is not Antarctica. You can see all of the stories are exaggeration. Breaking news, Antarctica castle. Breaking news, is there a lost city under Antarctica? Look at this, breaking news. This one says breaking news, and he's 26 minutes and he's using the same picture as this guy right here. And they're using this picture too, trying to make it. Now look how pretty this picture is, and look how pretty this one ain't. Because this one is photoshopped. This one is photoshopped. This one is trying to make it look like it's old and in a very drab environment. This one is trying to make it look like it's spectacular. Look at how much clearer and perfect this picture is compared to this one, and it's the same picture. Photoshop, people. Because they need to get people's attention. He's got 82,000 views, and this has got 117,000 views. This one's got 577,000 views, people. Antarctica bizarreness just hit a new record. Really? Antarctica's bizarreness just hit a new record? What record was that? This one has 2 million views. Because they're talking about Antarctica. Why? Because everybody's wondering what's there. Why? Because there have been explorations in Antarctica for over 200 years. Man has been going to Antarctica exploring it because why? They all know that during the flood, okay, the Nephilim were still here. And they drowned. And so, if they're in the dirt, they're already dust. But if they're in the ice, like that woolly mammoth they found in North America, near Canada, okay, it was well preserved. And so they're looking, because we know they've already cloned the woolly mammoth. There's just no industry for it. I mean, what are they going to do? Start mass producing woolly mammoth and breeding them with other elephants? Of course they've already tried that stuff. But there's no profit in that. Not a woolly mammoth, but get a Nephilim? And then you impregnate a woman with a Nephilim? And then you create female Nephilims? Oh, please. That's what their aim is. That's what their goal is. Because they know that I told you, it doesn't matter what you believe. They know what the facts are. They know that there was a global flood. Every society, every country, every culture has a flood story, no matter what you believe. Every society, every culture has a flood story, that there was a global flood. Scientists have proven that there was a global flood. They even want to call something the Ice Age because things froze instantaneously. It wasn't that things froze instantaneously because there was an Ice Age. They froze instantaneously because the water that used to be above, that was a blanket of water over the earth. You don't believe me? Scientists have already proven that the earth used to be surrounded by water, like a blanket, keeping it a pretty much tropical temperature. That's why if you listen to the stories, they tell you that Antarctica at one time used to be tropical. But when the water fell, the parts furthest from the sun that had the least direct sunlight, the water froze instantaneously. I.e., any flesh, any animals in that area, instantaneous freezing. Here's the only problem. We're talking about, at some point, maybe hundreds of miles deep of ice. No, it's impossible for it to be 100 miles deep. Really? How do you know? Do you know whether or not there were craters in the North and South Pole? Do you know how deep the North and South Pole is? They say the deepest part of the Earth is the Pacific Ocean. According to one individual, let's see if we have that video, if it's going to show it to us. It may not be here. No, this is it right here. Satellite detects massive object under Antarctica. No, it doesn't. ladies and gentlemen, this is Photoshop. Because remember, the Earth is flat. Antarctica, we can't see Antarctica like this. The Earth is flat because we're flat earthers, because we're stupid. I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, flat earthers make no sense whatsoever. Look, this is Tevin Campbell, okay? I won't let you slip away. Say you stay with me. This is, in my opinion, the best song this idiot did. Okay? Tell me what you want me to do. It was just done so well. Alright, but getting back to this Antarctica thing, ladies and gentlemen. They're claiming that they're finding this and they're finding that. It's all claims. Nobody's proven anything. But I can tell you, just before they find their so-called flesh, the people who are under Antarctica, because we know that there's somebody underneath that ice. It's too much ice for there not to be someone. They've already found ships under the ice. Why? Because ships have gone there, got stuck, and the people probably died, and the ships got covered with ice. So they've already found ships, but that's towards the top of the ice. Remember, every time it rains, it's ice packed on top of ice, and it pushes it down. So what they're looking for is way down, and they've been digging for years. Okay? They have been digging for years. Look, ask yourself the question. In the 1960s, supposedly they went to the moon. And then they went back to the moon and went back to the moon and went back to the moon. Now we know that's a lie, because if they went to the moon, if they're able to survive in Antarctica, remember they have built buildings and facilities in Antarctica in this extreme weather, then how come they haven't built anything on the moon? Can somebody tell me? Because no, they haven't been to the moon because there's 3 radiation belts. When you get the further, pay attention so that you'll get it. Because people don't pay attention. The further you get away from the Earth, the more sunlight you don't have. Let's see if we can pull up that symbol. I should pull up a symbol of the round Earth, since pulling up one of the flat Earth doesn't really prove the point, you know. Flat Earth, because flat earthers, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, I got to stop talking about the flat earthers, because they really are violent people. They get very angry when you discredit their theory. Sorry, I have this thing about flat earthers because the Bible says the earth is round, a circle. It literally says a sphere in some Bibles and a circle in others. Isaiah, the 22nd chapter. Just go back and read it. And Job, I believe it's the 26th chapter. Or it's 29th chapter, verse 27. One of the two. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. See this picture of this earth right here? Let's pause this. Okay. That's if this was a real picture, but this is not real. This is Photoshop. See, take a look at the halo around the planet. This is not a real picture from a real satellite. This has been doctored and added to and so forth. Look at how crisp and clear the whiteness of the ice is. Impossible. Impossible. Okay. Anyway, especially the ozone layer in this area is solid too. Okay, well anyway, let's talk about this. The further you get away from the Earth, now you're not protected from the Earth from the sun's radiation. You're in a microwave. Space is a microwave. That's why every time you see scientists, you see any pictures from space, from the space shuttle, from the so-called, and I prove this right now. You go outside right now on a clear night and you'll be able to see the International Space Station. ISIS! Where do you think ISIS came from? International Space Station. ISIS. Okay, well anyway, you'll be able to see the International Space Station at night. The reason why you don't see it during the day, because that's where the sunlight is. And there's no protection for them in that piece of metal junk where they would bake and fry like a crisp. They're not stupid. There are 3 radiation belts between here and the moon. There is nothing that they have on this planet that will protect them. Nothing that will protect them from the radiation. That's why the first cosmonaut died of radiation poisoning. They learned their lesson. Okay? They learned their lesson. Okay? Just that simple. They learned their lesson. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I don't want to keep y'all anymore. I've already offended enough people in this video talking about flat earthers and all that other stuff. Okay? So have a good day. Have a good night. But now you know why they're digging in Antarctica. At least one of the reasons why they're digging in Antarctica. Okay? Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life. And whatever it is, let it be good.